Hello everyone and welcome to our survival Minecraft server. It's hosted on Mindfold and I gotta give them a shout out because that's a pretty nice service. But I'd like to show you something that we made on this server, and I've never seen anything like it before. It wasn't possible before Minecraft 1.5, and I think you'll find it just as cool as we do. So the gist of this machine, it's the first kind of like industrial machine I've ever seen. Its goal is to automatically make stone for us, cobblestone and consequently stone. And it does that through a variety of neat little tricks. And I'll walk through the various tricks we use a little bit, one at a time, and at the end we'll get to see a little demo of how it works. So the first part is the blast room, this one right here. And these walls are made of cobblestone. And this cobblestone is automatically formed if I drop down here for a sec, and if I break one of these walls, you can see that there are pistons here that rebuild the walls. That's very useful because when we blow it up with some TNT, we need to rebuild the walls as quickly as possible. The cobblestone that is blown up in the center of this room will make its way over to a little transport area. Let me get over there so I can show that to you. Let's see, I'm just a little bit lost here. A little embarrassing. Okay, yeah. So when the cobblestone is destroyed, it makes its way through this little stream down here into this hopper, into this little buffer, and back into this hopper, and into this minecart. This contraption right here, this little circuit, will detect when the hopper is finished loading all of its stone into the cart. And once that happens, it will send the cart all the way along this track right here. Now the cart will zip its way along. Of course, in the modern Minecraft way, we need a bunch of these boosters in order to make it all the way up this big hill. But the minecart makes its way all the way through here and to an equivalent circuit on this side, which holds the cart at this point until it's finished emptying. And the stone that's over here will fall into this buffer here via this hopper, and will make its way along this these droppers into our little furnace thing, which is constantly converting stone into cobblestone into tons of stone for us, and anything else we decide to throw in there. Since, of course, Minecraft 1.5.1, now we can just put buckets of lava here, and those will automatically fill up the furnaces and deposit their buckets down here when they're done. That's very handy. Really appreciated that feature. What makes this particularly neat is, of course, once the cart is finished, it will be sent back along this way, all the way back down, and ready for the next explosion of TNT that will put more cobblestone into it. This thing is not just it's not just push a button and fire a thing of TNT though. It actually is smart enough to detect when the walls are finished building, and then to drop another thing of TNT down. And we do that via this kind of awkward circuit here, which is kind of a bunch of ands and a little kind of safety delay right here to make sure we don't launch two TNTs at the same time. But anyway, we'll launch a second TNT, and the whole process will start again automatically. So as long as we keep this dispenser filled with TNT, we will keep getting cobblestone. So to kind of show you how that works, let's just flick this on, and we'll leave it on this time. TNT explodes, and the walls immediately start rebuilding. So it's a little tricky to get the timing of all these different circuits at the bottom correct. It takes a little bit of experimentation, and that experimentation, because it involves TNT, is a little bit dangerous. So if you try to implement this yourselves, just be careful. Note that we also have a little safety mechanism to make sure that we don't launch two TNTs in such close succession that they end up shooting one TNT back up at us, because it turns out that's pretty bad for the glass that I'm standing on. Maybe once it's finished, there it goes. We'll launch a second TNT. Repeat the whole process. And we keep doing that for all of forever. Meanwhile, just to kind of show you where all that cobblestone is going. Meanwhile, all of that delicious cobblestone is heading down this little water conveyor belt right here into this hopper, into this buffer, and it's of course getting just buffered up in the buffer, just waiting for the cart to come back. Oh, here it comes. It fills up the cart until it's empty, and then sends it back along its way. And there we go. There it goes. So now let's just see where it ends up. As you'll notice, this machine is kind of loud and obnoxious, so you may want to put it somewhere farther away from your base than we did. It's kind of obnoxious to listen to it all the time. Anyway, it runs its way up here. The cart has already beaten me and dropped off all of its stuff. Oh, here it comes. There it is. Dropped off just a couple things into here, which gets into here, which gets into this dropper. And this circuit right here is really simple. It just pumps this little dropper chain until it's empty. And that's great because then you don't hear the click, 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 click of it, trying to trigger it when it's empty. Anywho, and that just keeps our hoppers happy, keeps them full of cobblestone, and thereby keeps us in stone. As long as we keep making enough TNT, and as long as we keep getting enough buckets of lava, which I don't think we'll ever run out of. And that's our demo. That pretty much gives us all the stone we ever need and enough to build the totally awesome castle that we're in now, and hopefully enough to complete all of our future plans with it. So thanks so much for watching, and if you have any more questions or anything, feel free to write something in the comments and I'll try to address them.